Welcome to the country with most saunas in the world. Finland has 5 million people, but it has 2.5 million saunas. So it's one sauna for each 2 people in this country. Here they have saunas into their apartments, buildings, even in the parliament. So imagine people that rule this country can make the laws in the sauna, naked, talking to each other. Finland is a very, very cold place. That's why it has so many saunas. I'm inside a sauna right now. All of this is a sauna. I cannot film in the sauna actually because everyone is naked in there and it's really hot. But for a lot of people, Finland is the best country in the world. And why is that? So let's check it out. And like I just said, Finland is a very cold country. I'm here right now with only my t-shirt because it's summer right now. And because it's super cold, there is a heating underneath this floor. And all of that because when it's a very snow day, the snow can go really, really high. And this street passes this train, so this train cannot be stopped because it's a public train. So that's why they have this underfloor heating. Super cool. Really interesting fact is that Nokia, the unbreakable phone, it's also from here. And that's why, and not only that, but for a lot of reasons, they have this competition of throwing your telephone. So you throw your telephone as far as you can, and whoever makes the most distance wins. There is this guy that broke the Guinness record for the most throwing distance. His name is Dry Ferryman, and he threw his telephone of a distance of 110 meters and 42 centimeters. That's really, really far. And that's not the only weird competition of this country. They have a lot of interesting ones, like this one, mosquito hunting. You basically go to a place and hunt and kill the mosquitoes. But people take this competition so seriously that they spend days and days with no shower just to have their smell more attractive to the mosquitoes, so they can kill them and make the most kills in the competition and win the competition. But here and my girlfriend, we came for a very seriously won competition, which is the wife carrying. This competition, basically, you need to carry your wife for a long distance, and whoever wins first win the competition. And we're gonna represent Brazil in this competition, but that's gonna be for our next video. Now 1 minute of silence. That was really bad, okay. But the Finnish people, they love to be quiet, enjoying their own silence. And I saw that when I left the airport. Look at the level of the taxis here outside the airport. You got Teslas, you got Toyotas, and all electric cars. If you pay attention, all the taxi cars were electric. And they have this prediction that until 2030, 70% of cars here in Finland will be 100% electric. That's because electric cars don't make any noise and they are green for the environment. But coming back to the silence part, here they love silence so much that they have the chapel of silence. So if you want to enjoy your silence, you can come to the chapel. Let's check it out. Man, I never felt something like that, but when I got to this place, total silence. There were some people in there, no one was speaking anything, but all that wood insulation and structure really made my ears calm. And then we stayed there for 5 minutes and we left. Finland is a country with over 187,000 lakes, and also over 70% of its territory is covered by forests. This capital has a very, very clean air, and that's very important because I was in Seoul, in South Korea, 6 months ago, and the air there is so bad that people have to wear masks on the streets to not breathe the bad air. And also Finland is the country of the heavy metal. There's a lot of very good bands of heavy metal here in this country. But the most interesting fact about this country is that on the 13th of October, they celebrate the day of the failure. So if you make any bad thing, any failure, any mistake in your life, that has to be celebrated because you don't learn from your wins, you learn from your losses. I'm not very good on motivation, but that's the information. On the 13th of October, they celebrate the day of the failure. That's really good, man, really nice. And walking on the street, we found an open market and a lot of typical foods of Finland. Look at the gas, it's really interesting.
I think reindeer meatballs, haven't they?
Que é isso?
The animals that are on the Santa Claus sleigh.
Sim.
That's the meat, they eat the meat there.
Caraca, meu irmão.
Yeah.
Vamos lá. All right, let's taste some food. So we found these 2 plates This one, which is like a fish from Finland, like Vendais is the name. So they bring you a lot of fish. Look at that, so many. And this one is the reindeer that takes the Santa Claus, you know, that carry the Santa Claus. Let's start with this one. I like it, but the texture is really different. It doesn't look like meat. It looks more like a banana cake or something. And let's go for the fish. I'm not really a fish guy, but let's take a look. It's more salty. I like it. But look, this one, 13 euros. This one, 14 euros with the drinks. Total 33 euros for street food. That's kind of expensive. Finland is expensive. Happiest country in the world. How and why Finland won this award, not just 2 times, but 6 times of the happiest country in the world. Here they have the phrase, Oni Jesus, on se paikka, putot vaiskin, ja jutut jasens valila, valila. Which means happiness is a place between too little and too much. To make this ranking, they check the freedom, the trust in the government, life expectation, and much more stuff on the countries. But basically, a rich person and a poor person, they don't have much difference here in Finland. Because if you're poor here, you make good money because of the minimum wage. And this country is fair in a lot of things. Like for example, if you're speeding on the motorway and you have a fine, your fine is not gonna be a certain value. It's gonna be calculated depending on how much money you make. So they have this history of this guy, which was multi-millionaire, that had a fine in 2018, but the fine was 120,000 euros. And that's only because he was speeding and because he's a multi-millionaire. And also this is one country that has the most taxes in the world. The government takes almost 60% of your income. Finland is also on the top 3 list of the least corrupted countries, next to Denmark and New Zealand. And the last one in this list is Somalia. All of these facts, my friends, makes Finland the happiest country in the world. But is it really true? We spent 2 days here and we got to some situations that made me think about that. Like the situation that happened on the McDonald's the other day. A car crashed on the McDonald's because it was escaping the police. But I wasn't surprised by that. I was surprised of the moments after that. So this car crashed and you can see the wall of the McDonald's was totally crashed. All the windows were crashed. Literally 20 seconds after that happened, no one was talking about that and their life was carried on as if nothing happened. And I was just wondered, people really like the silence here. And I could see that they didn't talk too much on that situation. And also the weather here is not very good for making you happy because the weather is cold most of the year. And I think you should consider this when making this list of the happiest countries in the world. I don't really know if Finland is the happiest country in the world actually. To be honest, I don't think that Finland is the happiest country in the world. But happiness is very relative. It can be something for some people and something else for some other people. But this is just the beginning of our journey here in Finland. We're still gonna rent a van and travel in a van, go to some of these crazy competitions and a lot of more adventures. And I see you on the next video.